we could get Raheem to be like the dungeon master. I'm sure he'll be into that shit.
As long as I don't see slings and
as long as you don't see what?
whips, slings, chains, paddles.
Don't you have that, like, your little treasure chest of love?
That's besides the point.
So then, explain the logic here, because it makes no sense to me.
The point is, we're supposed to be going to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, based on our sexual roles and preferences, and we're making a parody of Dungeons and Dragons. So since Rashid is the power bottom, he'll probably have some special ability that, sucks in all the penises within a 20-mile radius, empties them, and sends them back to where they came from. So half of the nights,
you know what? Hold on.
Half the nights are now fatigued.
Very influencing.
Exactly. Half the nights are now fatigued, and they can't attack for 2 turns. That's the whole, situation. I mean, you were with
you need a dungeon master though that could like really act different roles and parts and give scenarios. I don't think Raheem could do that.
I think I might have to be the dungeon master. You know what? Better idea. How about we bring in Sosa, Raheem, Terry, you, Rashid. You and Dennis. Y'all could pick your classes, and I'll be the dungeon master, and then we go from there. Because now we gotta spice it up. Because now we got the holy one who believes in Jesus and is pure, so on and so forth. We got the straight one. We got the community dick. We got the power bottom, and then we got the burst. We got every single role filled in, and I'll be the dungeon master with my wonderful, cynical, sarcastic, and witty commentary. There we go.
And we can cosplay.
Nice. Exactly.
This
$50 per cuddle.
50 per cuddle.
And I am Dun created that in the back here to sow some chaos.
Alright.
And welcome to episode 8 of the Be Responsible podcast.
Called Gay Stuff, yay. Damn, I was gonna start off with a question and I forgot what okay, I got it. This might apply more to Rashid than Dennis. But Rashid, have you ever had commentary where they said that if you was a female, you'd be perfect?
Oh,
that the quote unquote girlfriend experience
that would be perfect.
There was nothing you could do about that because they were toxic. Not really toxic, but they wouldn't just let you go. They're like, no, this is.
Well, not all my straight friends or my hetero friends, I should say, are sexually fluid like that. But the few that I am very close with, they said that if I was ever a woman, they would smash. And I'm like, well, thank you.
I mean, I could be just.
Tutorial and just slip on some skirts. Yeah, I get up for you.
I'll be more than your private dancer. I'll be your one-time girl in a small-town world.
Well, actually, you know what? I did buy a skirt because like I had a thing a few years ago with men in skirts. So I was like, I wonder how. Alright, so I bought myself a skirt and I did wear it for a hookup, and I was treated a little bit more aggressively, which I didn't mind at all. A little bit more aggressively because I had a skirt on, as opposed to just like showing up with a tank top and a hat.
Okay.
I'm not to say I wear hats with my hookups, but with my tank top, it's regular encounter. But because I had on a skirt,
did you wear crop top with it too, or no? Just I need the whole outfit. I got a picture of those. So you had a skirt.
Yeah. So you want me to describe the outfit I was wearing for the hookup?
Yes.
Okay, so pretty much I just bought some
for
I went
educational
over to
reasons, not any something else. I don't want people getting the wrong idea.
No, it's fine. This is just for a one time
I'm living
thing.
for this moment right now. Go ahead.
I did get stockings.
Ooh.
The crisscross have some holes in them.
Did you
stockings.
get the little strap at the top or no? Like the ones that.
Yes.
No, I'm getting too into this.
I had on a jock strap, and
that's my next follow-up question when we're done.
Yeah, we're going to the long stockings, and I had on a skirt. And with the skirt, I had on this kind of like almost like a see-through shirt, but not too see-through, but see-through enough. And yeah, that was the outfit. Needless to say, that the stockings didn't make it throughout the session, and
so what time of day was this? Did he host? Did you travel? Like, what was the arrangement? I'm curious now.
Mm-hmm.
What was the arrangement? Did you go over? Did he come over? Like, what was the?
Oh yeah, so pretty much they invited me over because they had a free time, and I'm like, cool, I'm working from home today, and yeah, so that was the arrangement.
So at 2 in the morning, in the neighborhood where the old people go die, you decided to wear this outfit, leave the house.
Oh, we're not. This is close by. This was like 4 or 5 blocks
away. He was like,
yeah.
what was it, Dorothy going down the yellow?
No, are you crazy? Yeah. I mean, I could. I dare you to misgender me. No.
Going down the yellow dick road. No,
it wasn't like that. I was actually wearing jean pants and stuff to like kind of like incognito hoodie. And then when I got there, I just unravel it all. Look at me and my second soul femininity, and yeah, it was actually a pretty good, intense session. We both enjoyed it, of course.
Okay, so Dennis, do you have an answer to it before I continue with my follow up? I don't think it applies.
Personally,
I don't think anybody.
Yeah, I don't think I'm.
I don't think anybody. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, the years I've known you, I don't think anybody has ever called you their girlfriend. But no, I mean, listen, I don't want to. I want to give everybody, equal uppercut. Go ahead.
What about you, Dex?
Me?
Sorry, what about you?
Well, let Dennis answer first, then.
The answer is already existing. It has never happened.
I was right. See, since Kohai was right. Yes, when I'm right, I'm right. I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. I think it's just a fetish for me. It's a not for me, for the other people. My whole entire developmental teenage years in college was like that. These straight dudes could not get enough, emotionally and psychologically. Like sexually, there was. Let me rephrase that. They were hot. I was not sexually into them. I thought they were hot. They were not sexually into me, but they had this weird thing where like they treated me like I was their girlfriend. And matter of fact, the first registered one was when I was in college. I was 17. It was once again back in Muslim. Anyway, I'm moving on. So he was on the basketball team, whatever, and we had 3 of my first 5 college classes together. And he would. Everywhere I went, he would go. He would call me. Where are you? Are you on the campus? What class are you taking? You're 5 minutes late for class. Blah, 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 blah. And there was this one incident that was fucking weird, and I will never forget. We were in core class. Core is kind of like a combination of math, history, and something else put together. They teach a whole bunch of... I think it's a waste of time. So he had a girlfriend at this point in time, Aisha. I remember her name. I don't remember his name. I remember her name for some reason. Maybe this is why. So it was him, Aisha, and then me. So when I sat down, he told Aisha to move to the next seat and let me take her seat. And I'm like clutching my pearls, like I got that. It's like I just got here. Like I just walked into this door. What is going on? Same thing when like all 3 of us got in the car. He would tell her to go sit in the back, and Dexter needs to sit in the front. And I'm like, I don't want to sit in the front. She can sit in the front. I'm good. I am not trying to get involved in whatever the fuck is going on here. It was always the same weird thing. It was the same thing with my stepsister and the little Puerto Rican boyfriend she had. It got to the point where like he moved me in with him, but then what she did to him was a whole situation. She played him. All I would say. I mean, I never slept with him, so let's get that out the way. I never had an affair with this person. Not once did I. But she cheated on him and a whole bunch of things. He found out. He had a rich uncle, apparently. So I looked out for him because he was from like Puerto Rico, and he came over here, and he was so I showed him how to navigate and so on and so forth. Then eventually, after they broke up, the uncle bought him an apartment in Sunset Park. and I lived with him for like 6 months. Then I left because it just got a little too weird for me. But it's been a weird thing where they turn me into their girlfriend experience, and like you said, as always, if you were a girl, you would have been perfect. And I'm like, but I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. Go ahead, Brittany. All I need is time.
How did that make you feel, by the way?
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Not now that I've done social work professionally for 9 years and gotten paid for it instead of volunteering and not getting paid for it. It makes sense. Like that scenario with that client I once told you, I have come to understand that I have a certain gravitational pull when it comes to auras, feelings, and emotion, and people gravitate towards that. And once they are in that space, they don't want to leave that space, which is why I've kind of become a whole lot more self-aware and a whole lot more picky with how I release that energy and who I let into that energy, because I've seen that it has turned into a situation where I'm constantly, for lack of better, I mean, if you're a gamer, you'll understand the terminology. I'm constantly carrying the team, and everybody's like, depending on Dexter, just like, I'm like a battery, and everybody's just drawing power from the battery. No one's recharging the battery. And it's something I've come later on now in life to understand, that as antisocial as I am, and as much as people make me uncomfortable and I don't want to be around people, there is something about the way I interact with people that creates this connection where apparently I see people on a deeper meaning, and I see their souls, and not just normal people, and a whole bunch of other shit that I've been told that I'm like, oh, I'm just treating anybody the same way I would want to be treated. I don't know where all this metaphysical energy or shit is coming from, but listen, like, I treat you the same way I want to be treated, with respect and dignity and reasonable limits. Don't abuse it. Before I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was like, yeah, sexually confused. But now, because this is something I was thinking of yesterday, and this was a conversation I was having with someone, because they kept insisting on that. Well, not, they didn't really kept insisting that there was no fluidity and so on and so forth, but I told them it's possible for a man to be emotionally, psychologically, and what's the other one I'm missing? Emotionally, mentally to another man, but not be sexually attracted to them and not want to have sex with them.
Right.
Would that then make them questionable, bi, gay, or whatever the case may be? Because I'm like, it's possible for people to be in love and attracted to someone on that kind of level and not sexually, or be attracted to them sexually. So that's kind of something I realized here, and I'm like, okay, so that's what happened. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, his name was John. I just remember his name was John. I wonder whatever happened to him, walking around his little basketball uniform with all the little bits just dangling, and I'm like, like,
and how about you, Dennis?
I'm only 17, so I don't need this in my life. I don't need this in my life.
The question was,
like, do you kind of like have like straight friends that, you know, that when they ever to connect with you or be with you, they feel like you see them in a certain light that they've never seen before, like to the point that they gravitate towards you for those like recognitions that you see inside them?
Or do you have questionably straight friends that you sometimes it's like, okay, this is kind of like, there's this a line, the line is being blurred, and you're being a little bit more non-straight than straight right now?
That's a very interesting question, because I don't think I've ever had, like, I have a bunch of they ever come to me because they think I see them, and it's really weird. So one of my oldest that I've known since like my sophomore year in high school, yeah, we have talks that kind of like very personal things about ourselves, and it never really the boundary of like friendship, I guess. It's like we just have those deep moments, but there's nothing. that same token, it's like I've never the need to transcend that because there's like already like a mutual understanding there. And I guess that applies to a lot of my straight. After you know somebody for that long, it's like you already know where you stand. Kind of odd or weird to try to like be like, okay, let's try to jump our toes in this other line. Worked that way, at least for me. So
okay. Like I have like personally, I have 3 straight friends that I talk to on a day-to-day basis, and so not a lot of times, but they do happen to reference that whenever they see something that is homosexual or kind of like gay related, they're like, "You see, Rashid, that's how come you're so cool. You're cool because you don't be doing like all that crazy gay shit."
God.
And I'm like, and then. I had to say to them, thank you, but also as well, that's a switch for me. I can keep it as, my whole life is like was spent like being, heteronormative and just being like, hiding or camouflaging, I should say, amongst the straights. But maybe if I have to go girl, I go girl, and like sis, and I can go them in 2.3 seconds. But the conversation that we would have is like kind of like more on a self-reflecting or an emotional settings. And so I think the reason the majority of the time, besides of course keeping cool company, I keep cool company is like they kind of like reach out for me for like questionings and kind of like diving deeper some of the psychological things that kind of like bothers them. How come it bothers them when they hear the girls say something, and what are your thoughts about X, Y, and Z? And so like getting a broader spectrum on like both sides of men's emotions, because let's be honest, when it comes to like the gays, we are, well, not all of us, but the majority of us are much more in tune with our emotions and feelings, and we can empathically feel certain things. In fact, we can read a room when something is kind of like off, because that emotion is so strong and it's present, that we just kind of like meet it head on, and we just like talk about it. We don't like hold the shit up like, oh, that bitch is there. It's not confusing to us whenever we feel emotions, but to them it's like, what's emotion? Should I present dick to make it better?
Send it in a pic. Send me a video.
Right?
Oh my god.
Send me a video since you're at it. Just show me your devotion. Show me your devotion. What was my other?
You know what's funny? Recently actually had to delete a lot of like stuff on Snapchat because, long story short, the ex of mine that I dated, the first one from Connecticut, the first one from Connecticut that I dated, basically kind of was like, okay, since we're basically friends, I would like to do a mutual deletion of anything. So I had to go through Snapchat and I was like, I have a lot of nudes that I've never used. And they're old, but they're still fairly easy because I still kind of
right.
stockpile these things for like future use.
You stockpiled nudes for future use?
Yes.
How many did you have?
Compared to him, not that many.
Can you send me 8 of the greatest hits collection, please?
I'll be $1 each.
I got a discount. Discount code be responsible, 20% off.
Okay, that will be $5 each.
You take Google Pay?
I take Sprint Bank.
Okay. All right, we'll work something out. I'm sure I can find adequate payment here. We're good. We can work something out. Okay, so did you delete this? So oh my god, it's the fact that you had a whole backup album just in case. So I mean, did it feel good after you deleted? Do you feel how did that?
It definitely it definitely felt a lot better at when it's gonna be.
Okay.
A stroll down memory lane. So I'm basically going through like delete, my eyes. But I was like, you know what? I think I need it because it's not good to hold on to things that
There was this amazing a little bit change of the subject. I saw on, I want to say that it was on Twitter. I was like, I know a lot of times people use Twitter for like, of course, porn and just like, fight scenes. I guess not all that.
Porn.
But for me, it's like I follow like a lot of artsy fartsy people. So one of the arts from this particular artist, he made a painting, and it's called "The Weight Unseen." The weight unseen. And so pretty much in the painting itself displayed a black man on a couch, just like lounging out, legs up, and looking like as though he's like watching television while holding a cigarette, and he's just kind of like, his face was like expressionless. It had like no type of enjoyment, no type of, it was just kind of like just him, just kind of like, just laid out, relaxing. So what it's called "The Weight Unseen." So it was interesting. I started diving in a little bit deeper, and I'll say to myself, well, you know what? That resonates so deeply, because a lot of the times whenever we do happen to come home from a 9 to 5 or work or anything like that, we just want to rest, right? We just kind of like want to unwind, however unwind is for us. But then at the same time, there is a weight, because like, there's weight like, tomorrow, responsibilities. Especially if you're single by yourself, should I even cook, or should I just like have some crackers? And that kind of like that invisible weight that can't be seen. And for a couple of weeks now, I've been watching couples therapy with the psychiatrist Orna, and she mentioned, not mentioned, but a lot of the times, 9 times out of 10 of mostly straight couples. She deals with all types of couples, but for the straight in particularly, the women always mention how much the man doesn't do anything, and that when they come home, all they want to do is just like be on their phone and play video games and sit down. They don't contribute to the house. And so, and then it kind of like becomes like a boggling thing, because like even like no matter what you are, gay, straight, pansexual, whatever the case may be, but for the male species in particular, if you of course wasn't born into this constant like you got to do something even after work type feel, you're gonna want to rest out. You just kind of like want to like whatever. Let me just doom scroll. Let me just watch Netflix series, anime, play video games. But in the same time, it's like kind of like conflicting. Like, is that really stopping your productivity? So I just kind of like want to get you guys' input about how you personally feel based off of like the description that I gave about the painting. Like, do you feel like every day on a day-to-day basis, you kind of like it feels like you have a weight of not wanting to do anything after you're done with your day?
So for me, it honestly depends on how. There are times when, like,
Dennis, I kind of go in and out.
Yeah, Dennis keeps cutting it in and out for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Kind of talk for like 10 seconds straight, and then I'll let you know, because it seems to be like.
So there are days that I like to. So it depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling bad, then I'm not going to go home and be like, I don't do anything. But even on those days, I'm not having the best days. I still want to like do something, because, like, for example, chores, they're not going to do themselves. I'm not living by myself, so
right.
I have to wash dishes, do laundry, because if not, I'm only shooting my future references. But on the days that I do come home and I'm like in an upbeat mood, then I won't really have as much of an issue doing these.
And what are something like your thought process? Like, is there any thoughts at all? Sometimes, a lot of times, like because we deal with so much like emotions, and it's kind of like mental farts. I like to call them, like dealing with like the bog of the day. Like, do you find that time also to kind of like clear out that mental, like make like some clarity without having to process thoughts or hear thoughts or even think about the next day?
Yes. So I do tend to use chores as a way of meditation. So if I'm doing the laundry, I'm waiting for in the stairwell, just reading books. Or if I'm doing dishes, I just kind of like go on autopilot and just like have and entertain my inner monologue.
Okay.
Sort things out, kind of thing.
Okay. What about you, Dex?
Come to my window, I'll be home soon. I'll be home. I'm coming home. Shit.
Wait, that's Melissa, right?
But
Melissa
this is Ettridge, yeah, before her pre-lesbian days, I think it was.
Yeah.
What were we talking about right now?
So I was talking about pretty much the weight.
Because I was
So
trying
pretty
to
much
find a
when you
picture, but I couldn't find it. I guess it must be.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, it
From,
must be unique
Twitter.
too, or unless you're on his Twitter, you can't see it. Okay, because I know something about coming home, decompressing. I heard everything you said. I'm just trying to relate it to me because I'm like, I'm living off unemployment right now because I was laid off, so I'm not exactly doing anything besides my usual writing, podcast stuff, and video games and job applications. So, I don't think it. I think it's NA for me, not applicable. I don't think it's NA because I could just like turn it on, turn it off, do what I need to do, so on and so forth. I will agree with Dennis though. Mood and energy does have a lot to do with it. Because, for example, now that I no longer work there, I can talk about it. Ha, suck my dick from the back. Yes. You know, I was working overnight with the MTA, so on and so forth. So when I came home from work with all the bullshit I was dealing with at work, I didn't want to do. I just dragged myself into that shower, took a shower, laid on the bed, and I was it. Like, I swear to God, I could have had like 30 appointments. I could have been about to be evicted, and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm gonna fuck this shit. I'll deal with this shit when I wake up. So I will say that I agree with Dennis on that. But I don't think it's like at this point in time, it's kind of like a non-applicable for me. I'm sorry if I didn't answer your question or if I didn't have some grand
No, of course.
response.
So a lot of times, now, of course, we find it as not applicable because, like, you know, we could say that we're all single here and we all live
I'm not
by
single.
ourselves
How dare you?
concordantly in our corners of the
Thank
world.
you.
So we don't
I'm in a
have like
relationship
something
with
that's always
with
present.
myself.
Could you imagine actually being either in a relationship or married where you have like another body like next, like near you, and they kind of like, you know, have like expectations of you, and you're like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this. Let me go over to my mom's place. You go up to moms have some expectations like, son, why haven't you X, Y, and Z? And you're like, you know what, screw this. And then your rest of like how we can just, of course, you know, just kind of like do chores for meditation, or just like, you know what, I'll deal it for the next day. There are men out there right now that has to go to the park and just sit down on a bench, like watching people walk by, like, shit, this is like the only place of peace. I think because like we have like a certain level of peace going on that, you know, where no one is draining. Not to say like everybody's draining, but you know what I mean. But like no one's there to kind of like enforce their expectations of how you should be as an individual. That, you know, you could kind of like navigate day to day on the, like, you know, every day. And like I can imagine the fathers out there. Could you imagine being a father? You go to work 9 to 5, and then you come home to your babies and your wife or whoever your partner may be, and then having to make sure that they're good, and you're sleeping with that to wake up to go back to the same place. It's kind of like pulling on you, you know. So I just think about that when I think about that painting.
And this is why I only have 5 friends and no kind of connections to anybody or anything.
Before I moved here, I used to live with my family, and that within the last couple of years before I moved. Brooklyn? It was my siblings, their children, and my parents.
The Brooklyn place?
So,
The Brooklyn place?
Yeah. So, in a way, I kind of had to indirect. Because when my brothers weren't there to, like, step up, I basically got conscripted to do the things that they wouldn't. That would be either getting their kids food, which, again, not an issue. I'm an uncle, sure. But, like, once it becomes an everyday thing...
They're not my kids.
Yeah, right. Like, I love you guys, but y'all not my kids. Yeah, that kind of thing. It's not fun. It's probably the reason why I don't want to have kids. I know.
Amen to that.
I don't have the patience to deal with that on a day-to-day basis.
I want 4.
At maximum, I'll have 2. If one, at most 2.
That's what I was going for. But I know when the whole surrogacy thing does happen, life is gonna fuck me over, and it's gonna be like, oh, look at that, twins. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm telling you. Watch. Take note of this, Rashid. Whatever today is at this point in time. So later on, when I tell you, when I decide to do the whole survey, I guarantee you, it's gonna be like, oh no, you're not having one, you're having twins. I'm like, yeah. Hopefully, I get a boy out of it. If I get you know what? I'll be honest. Fuck that shit. Nah, I want a boy first. If I get a girl, I'm gonna be so highly upset, and I'm gonna put her back in the vagina she came out of, and
come
be
on,
like, you know what, girl
every
penis. No, I want to. So now watch me get watch me get twin girls for what I said. Watch. Take note of this later on. I'm like, oh, guess what? They're twins and they're girls. Yeah.
Double Sweet 16.
Huh?
Your wallet is forfeit. With a double Sweet 16, your wallet is forfeit.
Oh, listen. I mean, I said I wanted 4. There's chance for 3 more. Let me have my first.
All girls.
That'll be my favorite too. No, crazy. Don't do that to me. Oh my god. All girls. No. No. My sister was enough to raise. That's probably why I don't want girls, because I had to raise my sister, and that was already an experience on its own. Do you know what it's like to have to explain periods and tampons and everything as a gay male to a developing 12-year-old female? Because, you know, let me keep her out of this because it's unfair to bring her into this. But yes, you and then trying to, no. Oh my fucking god. You want kids, Rashid?
You know what? It's funny because remember that we spoke about it like in the previous episode.
It could change.
I used to want a huge family. I used to want like about 5 kids.
Oh Jesus!
When I was young,
a whole football team.
It wasn't until I not figured out, but when they told me where babies come from and what I had to do in order to make a baby,
surrogacy.
Then I'm like, oh, I have to do what and where, and what? It completely shattered the whole idea. But of course, adoption is still an option.
I was gonna say, you're gonna be open to surrogacy,
surrogate, and now with the new form of technology, I'm not too sure if you guys saw that you can have an incubator inside your house. All you just need is a willing egg and your sperm, and you can do modification while this baby's developed. I'm sorry, you guys never.
I don't. I gotta say, you guys. No. Like I don't. It's a weird idea. I don't think
because like I feel like when it comes to like altering the baby while it's in the incubating period of becoming a child, like I want the hair color to look like this, and I want the hues of the skin to be this texture, and I want like this my two baby to be like this style and this personality trait.
Unnatural. That's my big issue.
Yeah, it was upsetting to watch.
It's like going, oh look, I'm going to Alien in an incubator. Haha, surprise.
Right. But like even with that, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I'd rather
even though like I'm not seeing kids in my future, but if I have to be with a partner to have kids, then hey, if I love my partner that much, I'm willing to be with in the child's life. Absolutely.
So you're open to an actual daddy, not just a daddy.
But right now, currently in my age of 40, is not looking pretty much like I'm gonna have kids anytime soon.
You still got time.
I will say that being pretty much involved with the community as far in this case, like a Zumba instructor that dances on the weekends.
That does not count. That's not.
And no, it kind of does.
Don't be saying that you're a gay mother and a gay father because that does not count.
Hold on. So like a lot of the girls that I do dance with. They're like they started out with me when they were like 18, 19, and they're like 29. So I've watched them grow in that process, and a lot of times they came up to me to either celebrate their victories and even tell me about their failures and how they felt about it. And just kind of like being that man on the wing that kind of like helped them throughout that whole process.
But you return them back after 2 hours, though. Kind of like when you borrow people's kids, you return it back to their parents.
I mean, am I not? It's like, aren't we all kids? Aren't we all like all grown ups, but we're kids at heart? So a part of us is in fact like speaking to each other's inner child and nurturing and parenting each other in one shape or form.
That's a fucking therapist answer. So my original follow-up question before he hits us with another therapy-filled, positivity-filled Sailor Moon moment. Thongs, D-straps, D-strings, and sexy underwear. Have you ever worn any? Or would you wear any? Or is you wearing any? Why everybody got quiet? So,
No, I mean you can't go to me because I practically wore everything.
I prefer either a regular underwear, specifically boxers, or nothing at all.
Okay.
oh,
Yeah, like so I have. I wouldn't say that I'm self-conscious, but I just don't.
They're cutting off again, Dennis.
Yeah, it's cut off a bit.
God damn it.
Are we gonna have to get you
I was
files?
saying, I don't know. This mic is weird. It's like I could be halfway across the room and you can hear me, but whatever. But either way, like I was saying, either regular underwear / boxers or nothing at all. Because with jock straps, I don't like my butt being exposed, and it just feels weird just having my cheeks out. Thongs, kind of similar concept. While the idea of wearing thongs is interesting, I don't know. It's just
That face. That
His
face.
face is saying
We got a video part. We gotta clip that face. We need to clip that face.
oh my god. What else? Like,
You can tell he's uncomfortable.
I would-
Right now. It's bringing out a certain side of it. That vulnerability right now. Look at his face. Look at his face.
I would probably wear one of those Japanese.
Oh, okay.
The sumo ones.
Yeah, well, no, that's a whole different thing. But the fundoshi is kind of, it's a
We're getting you a new mic.
towel that.
Yeah.
We're getting you a new mic.
Oh,
So we got Japanese, and we got like a certain design you were saying, and then they just like cut in, cut out, cut in, cut out.
so it's like a towel that kind of like falls in front. It doesn't go too far down. It's like a skirt towel type thing that just covers your
I seen it.
junk.
There was an Instagram post because they had some kind of festival or something
Mm-hmm.
recently that had to do with the summer, and one of the guy wore it in a video, and you know all those horny, lonely single guys were like, "Take the towel off. Ooh, what's underneath?" Blah blah blah. I'm like,
Yeah,
sir, it's
blah,
culture.
blah.
Like, Jesus, can the person celebrate? Like, my God. I know which one you're talking about.
But what else? Anything else?
Dude,
Yeah, anything that's just too exposing on my ass. I wouldn't.
do you have a preference for your partner in wearing these types of underclothes?
Now, if it comes to my partner, though,
I knew it. I knew it.
so yes, I've had exes that were toxic.
Okay.
I would rather this on you than on myself because ease of access, you know. Like I get to full court New York and then, you know, go to town and then, yes,
Okay.
very nice.
Okay.
When it comes to me, so let's see. I wore the jock straps, the thongs. I've wore the regular underwears, and even this like special underwear that kind of like just cups only just the front, leaving the rest for view.
He got a golden. He got a golden. He got a golden dong for being dungeon master 2 years in a row, 2023 and 2024.
So what I find, like, I really want to enjoy thongs, but the find with the thongs is that, well, maybe because where the manufacturer I'm getting it from, it's just like the ride up. So when I say the ride up, like it goes like right in it, like right in your cheeks. No matter if you space it out and be like, okay, it's at the line of the crevice of my cheek. Nah, boy, nah. You start walking and that's it. You might, especially my ass cheek, is like, what's this? What's that? Pulling that thing in. So it rides in too closely, and so it starts to become like feel like a BDSM moment. It's like, wait, am I being tied up from the ass up real quick and I'm rising it? So I wear thongs if I'm getting like sexy, of course. Then I give it up to the top if they want to have like move it to the side, resting on the right side or the left side of my cheek, and go to town with it. Or if they just want to take it off completely, however they feel. But I find a lot of time for comfortability, like you mentioned before with the jock strap, the access. And plus, it gives like a room for them to kind of like grips is like take like that part closer. So this way they can have like a rhythm in the motion of it.
The top part, not the bottom part. My bad.
Yeah, because there's nothing bottom there, right? It's like your ass.
my
but
testicles.
at least
wait.
with the belt part
The
around my waist,
elastic.
they could just like make it tighter. It's kind of like have like a whole motion grip with it.
Just do that 180 twist.
Regular underwear, I tried like this. I stopped wearing regular underwear because whenever I go to these people's places, if I do not take it off and I keep it on, let's say giving head, along the lines, 8 times out of 10 they take it and they just like rip it.
Oh!
I'm like, bro, I gotta
hope
go
they
back outside.
Yeah, I hope they compensated
like
you. No, that's disrespectful. You
it's not like if I had like poked a hole, maybe a few holes in it, or it's kind of looking a little bit holy, and you're like, fuck this shit, and you rip it, fine.
That's fine, but like that's a fresh pair. Like
go in like He-Man, like like let me just find something and rip it open like freaking aliens. It's like, man, then what I'm gonna wear back home? I got like no underwear now. Commando or quarter of a regular underwear. So I stopped wearing regular underwears and boxers just for that reason.
I could kind of get that because I do. But I'm holding it.
Oh.
Oh my god, this mic saw it. But
fine.
no, I was saying sometimes I do have the urge to kind of like
rip it.
Right. But it's like asking for permission, right? Maybe it's the heat and the sensuality of the moment that you're like, let me just ripping this, tearing into this person's ass. But then at the same time, it's like, give like a little.
I hope
is
you're
this okay if I
compensating me
could?
for a new pair.
Can
That's
I?
all I gotta say. You better buy me a new pair. My shit's just like listen, my shit's just like $65 a boxer brief. No, ma'am. If I came to your house, maybe
ripping my Tommy Hilfiger.
Basically, maybe if I came to your house with a pair of Hanes, I'll be less offended. But now when I come in with the with the Gucci's and the Tommy, listen, Calvin Klein is not cheap, okay? No, it's Tommy Hilfiger.
So my whole thing is, why are you wearing designer underwear?
First of all,
like
I'm not. Well, sometimes. To clarify. I wear Adidas. That's all I pretty much wear at this point in time. We've had that conversation multiple times, which is why I want to get sponsored by them. But anyway, no. They're comfortable. I wear boxer briefs. But to answer your question, especially when it comes to Calvin and Tommy, they are fucking comfortable. It is the comfort. It's not even the name brand or whatever. Compared to, like, for example, PSD and Etika are the cheapest pieces of shit ever. And I will stand by this and say that Etika and PSDs are only for people that are 10 inches and over and thick. That's about it. Anybody that does not fit into that criteria should not be wearing PSD or Etikas. The material is cheap. They burn you and they do a lot of things to you. Only people with like really, donkey dick shit. That's it. You little 9 and under, stop it. But to answer your question, Calvin and Tommy Chef Kiss, they're fucking comfortable. They are comfortable in terms of because I've tried everything because I have big thighs, so I usually with a lot of materials I chafe very easily. So I had to try everything from mesh to what's the other one? Mesh, nylon, this, that, and the third. So I pretty much tried every single brand there was, and like I ended up giving into either Perry Ellis, Tommy, and now Hilfiger sometimes, and now Adidas, which is a compromise, but it's because of the comfort, not really Rashid might have something different to say, but they're fucking comfortable and they last as long as you don't go to people's houses and have them ripped from the thing. But
okay.
So no one ever ripped your underwear before, Dex?
They will get punched in the face. They will get punched in the face. I it's kind of weird. I'm finicky with certain things. I'm finicky not with certain things. But I paid for that. I worked hard for that. That cost me money. So consent, no. If like I said, it was agreed upon and it was a fantasy, and you told me that was what I was into, so on and so forth, fine. But if no, that shit cost me money. Get the fuck out of here.
Especially neighborhoods, they're not cheap. They're like $20.
Exactly. No, listen. Let me tell you. Okay, so I have a situation because I was plain Jane boxer briefs. Then I had a situation who was into exotic underwear. We'll just say it as that. You know who it is, Rashid.
I
No, the biggest one. Anyway, moving on. So he has a particular taste for thongs and so on and so mostly thongs and well jock straps. And every once in a while he might wear thong, whatever. So because of him, I was a little bit more open to it. He entertained certain things anyway. So I ended up giving in, and I bought me I got the red ones, which I wore for my birthday. So he wears this particular brand name called Able P. They're affordable. Sometimes they're depending on the model, whatever. I was never really into it, mostly because I don't have Rashinos. I'm flat as a board. I got nothing to prove to anybody out there. I got no ass at all. Like you could literally wash clothes off of my back and ass. Like it's all like just literally like it's like a cutting board. I'm basically cut like a cutting board from the back. However, apparently once you get inside though, it's a whole nother story. It's like Rashid, pillows and peaches and creams and shit. So I don't know, whatever. Yeah. So I never had the body for that type of shit. So I got one. Actually, I have a green one. Then I got a red one. Then I got a red one. Then 3 pairs of the little see-through sexy cut underwear, a pink one, a red one, and a black one. And then when I got my Nike stuff, just because I was running, I got 3 pairs of Nike jock straps, but they came in a 3-pack, whatever. I have honestly I wore the thong once on my birthday because I was feeling sexy and I had the outfit to go with it. I see what you mean. You do feel very exposed, and you do feel, because it's just like it's all over the place. Because I took the train. Because I took the train to McHugh to go watch Moulin Rouge. Because that year I did Moulin Rouge and then I did Lion King on my birthday, within the same back to back. So and I was on that train, and it was just like, oh no, like what is going on? I'm like, no, I'm a lady. I am definitely not a lady right now. You know, Marilyn Monroe and all that fucking thing is going in there. I was like, yo, what is this fucking feeling? Like, no. And then all the jiggles. I mean, at least it jiggles. It might be flat, but it jiggles a little. And I'm like, okay, I need to go home. But you know, the one thing I don't like the front. I felt too tight at the front, and if you have to pee.
Baby,
listen.
Yeah,
I almost got arrested because it was the Newman Theater, whatever. So when I had to pee, because of it, I literally had to stand like away and then pull it down and then pull it to the side and then. And mind you, this was during the fucking show, so I had forgotten. In the back of my head, I kind of half forgotten, and I'm like. This is what motherfuckers go through when they wear this shit. Like, nah, bro. Like, no. But yeah, no. I don't know. Maybe it's the way my testicles is, but because then I tried a medium. Because usually I'm a medium. I know. Go figure. My body is like extra. Like shirts, I'm an extra large, but pants, I'm a medium. Pants, I'm a 34. Don't ask me how that makes sense, but it is what it is. Most people think I'm like a 44, but I'm not. I'm actually a 34. 34 by 32. So the front. It's just a little too tight for me. It feels like I'm being, like I got used to it after 4 hours, but it just felt like, I'm like, I need to, like, I don't know how you bottoms do this shit. Damn. Like, my shits can't breathe. Oh my God, bitches might have like either real penises and no penis, like real small penises and no penises at all. Cause like my dick was like, I'm like, Jesus, I can't breathe. Like,
Well, that's never a problem with me with my like little.
Okay, let's not get started on that. I come in
naturally tuck. It's like my dick's like, oh, we walking. All right, let me just nuzzle myself back into these 2 nuts.
No, the thong I couldn't. It was too weird. The whole G string, like the thong and the G string, that's little slim. The jock strap I could kind of deal with, and I ended up wearing twice.
The inside.
So you remember Gary, Mr. Hustle and Flow? I did not know he had a fetish for that. Eventually, it came to light. So I ended up wearing the green ones and the pink one for him twice. So that's 3 times I wore a jockstrap. Twice I wore the thong, and I can't, no, that little flimsy piece of string. I I cannot. Like, if people get it confused. Like, when I tell you I'm a burst, I might bottom more because I'm a burst bottom, but that doesn't mean that I enjoy certain things as long as it's not one of them. Let's get this. No, that little string. No,
Yeah, it's a few.
it's not for everybody at all.
But did you hear about the new underwear that they're making though?
Which
So there's
one?
an underwear that's kind of like for those that are looking to get like if they can't afford a BBL because it's too expensive in Miami, they could get like this special underwear that isolates your butt cheeks. So just imagine like you get to fit like it's a regular underwear, like a regular like Fruit Looms, let's say, but it has like these two circle areas that you can fit your butt cheeks into.
Yeah, I
So
seen
that
that.
way, yeah. So this way, it constricts the muscle around your gluteus maximus, and this way, it just protrudes out more. Some claim after wearing it for about a week or two that their butt cheek seems a little bit perkier than what it was before.
Yeah, because it was.
But other times when people are going out to the clubs, the bar, they put on the special underwear that kind of like isolates their butt cheeks. The point is popping out like all those lip suctions, and yeah, they be getting all the girls.
That sounds like a Jet 2 holiday.
Tell me about it.
That's too much. I mean,
I could not. I'm like, okay, so if it's isolating your two cheeks, what is going on in the middle? Like, your crack has to be trying to grab on something because I don't care what you say. No matter what, if you leave space for your ass to kind of like pull in like thongs, it's going to pull in something. So do they have like, I don't know, a pacifier for your hole so this way? Or maybe you have a butt plug in there already so this way it's not pulling in anything. But something's going to get snatched in.
I know what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So you know how they have a BBL, and now they have a DDL. So basically, the BBL for dicks.
Yeah.
Would you get one?
No.
Would I get a BBL?
A DDL.
For my pecker?
Yes.
No.
Because I'm always gonna attack you with the whole you
no.
so you would never
right?
wanna.
Okay, bro, I can call my joint small pecker, small little. I like to call it Apollo.
I'll let you have that, but I'll just.
You see how small it is?
Oh my God!
I'm like, yeah, I have Apollo's dick. It's like it's not big at all.
Jesus.
So when I say I don't. It's not like I don't masturbate. I mean, I enjoy myself as small as it may be. It's not micro. Don't get me wrong. I don't have a micro penis, but it's not to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get up with some booty cheeks today. You know what I mean? So it's like I still have enjoyment, like pleasing myself, masturbation, and all that have you. Of course, absolutely. And I'm actually really happy for because
I actually have a follow up to that actually.
I'm sorry, you're saying?
So are you one of those bottoms that jerks off while they're going down on someone, or you just like suck dick and that's it? You don't jerk yourself off while you suck dick?
Oh no. Well,
separate question, kind of, sort of similar.
So here's the thing, right? So you kind of have to because for most cases, it's not. It's sad, really. A lot of tops, especially I'm just speaking of the ones that's here in New York City, they don't feel like they're obligated to see you finish. Even though you're doing the business to them.
You best believe I'm going to.
Yeah, so if I'm not whacking myself off while I'm doing certain things with them, either being topped or giving head, then I'm not gonna get off, and they're gonna go off like, that was some great sex, or oh man, that was a lot of nut, and they get to walk out the door, go home willy-nilly, and I'm stuck with the heart on.
And then you're gonna be like, what about me? What about F?
Right, exactly, and then even me? Like I remember, like let's say 37, 38. I start being more vocal. I'm like, oh, hey, just like lick my nipples or like jerk my joint and just like let me finish as well.
There's something wrong with that though. Like, why is it that it seems like it's such a
chore
and such a stigma? Because I've been like
because what ends up happening is that once like we've all once we finish, we finish. It's like we're like now just have me a sandwich with a good beer and I can have like the most relaxing sensation in the world. So our bodies are already depleted because a lot of us like all the stuff came out. So now it's like so for a better explanation, it's like having Thanksgiving dinner and you finish like your second plate and now your partner or wife is asking you to go wash the dishes before you go to sleep. I don't want to watch the dishes. My belly is too full. So that's kind of like equivalent with a bottom saying, hey, can you just like lick my nipples and jerk me off so I can shoot off too? Very rarely, like maybe 2% you have like those tops that make sure you finish. You nut first. So this way, that's okay. You can nut while you're riding me because that makes it better. Because like when bottoms nut, while let's say topping, although when bottoms nut on top of the cowboy riding, it tightens the sphincter and they feel that whole
it's
motion.
Easier
so,
to
so you feel how tight it gets, and it makes it better for the top. Like, oh yeah, now this joint is super tight.
It's really
and he's nutting. Then they get to finish after too. So it's a lot of people a lot of tops I should say don't quite know the science when it comes to doing something like that. So they rather just get their nutting.
I've had kind of like the opposite of that happen where like there are times when I have more vigor and I tend to go longer, but if the bottom comes first, they're like, okay, I'm done. And I'm like, what about me?
Facts, yeah.
Not only because I've seen it a lot, and I've kind of seen it in a lot of porn. I've seen it in a lot of porn, and I've seen it in a lot of the OnlyFans because my research goes extensive beyond just regular things. But anyway, social commentary, yay! It seems to be a kind of like weird, like a kind of like taboo things where like bottoms will just take it. They won't jack off while they're being thing. They won't ask for nipple play. They just whatever position it is, they take it. The top finishes, and that's it. And I'm like, wait a second, like, no, like I'm gonna be doing like while I'm doing what I need to do. Like I'm gonna like we this is So that's why I asked you because I know you're mostly a bottom for the most part. So it was one of those things. I'm like, it's just like a regular thing? Is it only for certain people? Because then I started asking other bottoms and it was kind of like the same thing. Then I also started asking other tops, and then it's kind of like what you said. A lot of them are, I don't want to say selfish, but they don't tend to consider that it's more than just and like like shit, touch my dick too, like jack me off while you fucking me, like.
Oh wait, and of course we love the ones that I love the tops that ask me, of course, do you want to come too? And I'm like, oh God.
After it's been 20 minutes after they're done.
I would also love to come. I was like, well, what do you want me to do? So you tell them what you want to do. I mean, I'm not telling the top to give me a head clearly, so I'm like, just do X, Y, Z, and I'm a shoot. So when I'm about to release now, first of concept, I'm a shooter. Like as small as the PV shooter I have, this shit goes with ropes, like ridiculously. So when I'm like, oh, I'm about to come. It's funny because they see how small it is. I was like, oh, I'm about to come. They're like, yeah, shoot that shit, and I'm like, you got it. You got it. To the moon, baby. So when they say shoot that shit, and then I come, and so I try my best to kind of like, I don't know, kind of like
aim to side
where it's going to shoot at. So I always put my hand like right here on my chest, so this way it doesn't like get over anything. Nah, you can't do that shit.
Nah, fuck that.
So I did it, and I remember one time it shot like it was like a freaking missile. It was like shoot, it had like a purpose. So its purpose was to go into the top's eye.
Oh no!
So I was like, he saw it too. He saw my hand. He saw the direction. I was not tilting it this way or that way. It was going towards here, like to my eye, like it normally hits. So it was going this way, but my kids was like, I want that man's eyeball.
Revenge.
It went by so fast, even for me. Like I felt it left, but it went by so fast. He said, "My eye," and then he's like, "Ah, shit! God damn it! How did you get my eye?" And then so he was like, and he's like, "Damn, I didn't know you should think that fast." I'm like, just wash it out, put an ice pack on it because it's gonna get red. I'm speaking from experience.
Oh, sugar honey icy.
And
that's funny because that was gonna be my follow-up question. It was gonna be like, oh, has it ever enough?
But you might cut off again for like 2 seconds. Say that again.
I was saying I was gonna ask if I ever got into somebody's eye and sure.
Yes.
Got through. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that said, thank you for joining episode 8 of the Be Responsible podcast.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our beautiful channel so you get to hear a lot of gorgeous conversations and gay shit like this. And yes, we hope to see you next time with Dexter. What?
Me.
Voice you
Oh
like.
no, we only do that. That's only for the intro. See, the outro is, and until next time, to the stars and us, be responsible.